According to a recent survey from Bumble, the women's first dating app, more than one-third of responders in the U.S. say they are open to exploring a relationship with someone who lives in another city. And joining us now to discuss the survey and much more is the relation expert at Bumble, Shan Boodram. And how are you doing? I said the last name. Shan, say the last name for me again.
You did it right, Shan Boodram.
Oh, good. All right, I said it right. All right, let's get into this because, as we know, people are...
You're Denzel B. Jordan, right?
you got it right there. Brett,
Did I get that
Brett,
correct?
you got it right.
Okay,
Or the Allstate guy, something like that. So I like this because I'm feeling very relaxed talking with you, and that's what's so important as people are getting out to travel and they are starting to want to date in other cities. So how is that happening? How is this affecting what's going on with people in the new dating world?
What's really incredible is that people don't often think about traveling and dating going together because it's like, well, I don't even live here. But when we really think about it, people actually end up meeting people so much easier when they are traveling because they enter into those spaces with curiosity, with openness, and with an excitement for the unknown. And honestly, whether you're on vacation or at home, those are actually key ingredients to enjoying the dating market and the dating experience, obviously while keeping safety in mind, both again, if you're abroad or if you're local, but nonetheless, traveling and dating is things that go together, and Bumble knows that. So they actually have a feature right now that's called travel mode. So for everybody who's like, I've been cooped up for years, and now is my time to fly the coop and go somewhere exciting and meet exciting people, this is where you can actually put some preparation behind that energy. And so travel mode allows you to start looking for matches in the city you're going to before you even get there. That way you can essentially pack up your schedule with not just concert stops and tourists and reservations, but also with dates.
I like that. It means someone that knows the area too to take you around, and you kind of like feel more comfortable being in that city traveling, which is amazing. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, who better to show you the best local food spot than a local? That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. We were talking about, of course, profiles. Very important here, especially when you're on Bumble. We just talked about me right here looking like Denzel Washington and Michael B. Jordan, let's just say. But let's talk about how should we optimize those profiles?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, you want it to be a reflection of you and not you 3 years ago, not the you that you want to be. So using all the filters to kind of change yourself, the you that you authentically are, the incredible you that walks into a room and lights it up. So try to look for photos that are recent, but also too, we're doing a great job right now of modeling what your first picture should look like. It should be bright. It should be clear. This is how I look, shoulders and up. Now, as we get into other photos, we can show more details about ourselves and our lives, but nonetheless, we want to engage people with the light in our eyes off the bat. And once we do that, we want to show them the light within. And an interesting way to do that right now is through interest badges on Bumble. And so kind of similarly how dating apps now have profile photos bigger, interest badges are a way to show your about me in a bigger way. Like really clearly say, like if I asked you right now, what are the 3 things that I should know about you before going on a date with you? If I want to have a great time, what should we talk about?
Okay, you ready? Knitting.
I'm ready.
Laundry.
Yes.
And of course, just relaxation.
Okay, so I just ghosted you on our hypothetical date because we don't have a lot in common because I hate laundry with all my heart and I can't knit for beans. But nonetheless, for somebody who was into that, that would let them know like, okay, great. Like I'm going to bring my A game in terms of what I know about that. Or maybe on the flip side of like, wow, we have totally different values, totally different interests. Maybe even though the first photo, they were incredibly good looking, I'm going to just keep on searching. And that's you doing them a favor and vice versa. Because it's all about saving your time and energy for the people that you actually are going to have meaningful connections with. And if you do your profile right, it sets you up for that kind of success.
So you're in other words saying take laundry off my profile.
No, if it's true to you, you got to keep it on there because you're just weeding out the people like myself who just like literally my teeth itch even hearing that. That's a me thing, not a you thing.
That's great. All right. You are a relation expert, and it is going to be probably some people's, honestly, we have to say first time getting out there to meeting people in person. What are some tips you have for us?
Yes. So if you're blindly meeting people in person and you didn't use the apps first, there's extra steps you have to overcome. You got to be a little bit slower, obviously, because you don't know if that person is available. You don't know if that person is interested or if they're interesting to you. So start off really slow by looking for natural environmental things you can start a conversation. Making the first move is not about like, hey, can I get your number? It's about, are you even worth having a conversation with? And the only way I know that is by sparking it up with you. So I might ask you something like, oh, like, do you know what time of day it's really, the traffic dies down here? Because I would love to rent a car and drive around. And that tells the person that you're traveling. It tells the person a bit about you, and it opens the door for dialogue. If they don't engage back, then you know that there's nothing there. But when it comes to meeting somebody in person after you've met on the apps, this is where technology can really come in handy, because it shouldn't feel like a leap of faith, but instead the next natural step. I've already matched with you. I saw that you're into knitting. We engaged on that. We had a couple of chit chats. We set up hopefully a virtual date using the video chat feature. That's one of the things from the pandemic that I hope we keep. A lot of people used virtual dates because there was no choice, but also it's a really great way to vet to ensure you're not wasting your time in person with those you don't really have a connection with, and that people really are who they say they are. That way, when I meet you in person, we're just continuing off of our flow.
Yeah. Wow. So much to take in. I like that. I like also to keep laundry off my profile, and so everything. Tell everybody where they can find out more information about, of course, the new feature on the app and about the Bumble app.
Yes. So download Bumble. That's, the easy thing to do wherever you download apps. But if you go to bumble.com, they have a blog that really takes the guesswork out of how to make the most out of your dating and your dating app experiences. So that's just bumble.com.
Perfect. Hey, I appreciate you joining us, and thank you very much for letting me know what to keep off the profiles. I just can't get over she just said.
I'm telling you, keep it on there. I loved it. This is great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.